Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Hey Mojo. Yeah, I got the link. Perfect. Hello everybody. How is everyone? What color do we want today? Let's go blue because I love my blue. Oh, I gotta fix my door. It's gonna keep slamming because of the wind. Give me one sec. All right. Pew. How is everyone? Hello, hello. Everybody can hear me? Can everybody hear me? Yay. Okay, cool. So I decided to switch from my my Mac to my old laptop because my old laptop is better. Okay, I'll put it pink for you, Steph. My old laptop is better for streaming, so hopefully today will be a little bit smoother of a stream than it was last time, because last time there was just a few times where the bit rate was dropping. D says, what's all this 4 minutes late business? To be honest, I thought it was live. I literally was talking to you guys, and because I put it live on my streaming software, but YouTube, I forgot to click start on my stream. So I literally was just sitting here talking to everybody and there was no stream going on. So that's why I was 4 minutes late, to be completely honest. How does it sound? Does it sound okay? This is, like I said, my old laptop, so I want to make sure the settings are all good. I want to make sure that the music's really quiet right now because I just have it on in the background, but just want to make sure that the voice sounds okay, and then I'll fix the volume after. Okay. Yeah, Groovefriend, if you want to send it over on Patreon, I can open it up there and download it. Wook Prince, I just heard your track. My weekend is going well, thanks. And hi, Karen. Lovely to have you here again. We'll catch you later, Mojo. Papa Kuma, thanks for joining. Soraya on Fleek. Lots of people in the chat today. Hello. Shri as well. Hello from Spain. No, the stream just started. Thomas, are you a patron? I'd prefer it on Patreon because then it's just easier for me to keep track of all of them. So if you're a patron, you can send it over there. But if not, just let me know. Just grabbing some last minute tracks here. Oh, Groovefriend, I think I got your track already. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. Oh god. Indigo Man remix. Just downloading the last few that people are sending in, and then we'll get started. Got quite a few tracks this stream. It started out only like 12 tracks, but in the last minute, we had a bunch more pop up. So that's usually how it goes, anyways. How is everybody doing? How is everybody's weekend? Where is... this? Oh, there it is. Okay, let's get this file. Okay, gonna share my Ableton. All right. So I'm gonna throw the tracks in here. Please let me know if you don't see your track in here. There is a bunch that were not named properly, so I don't actually know who they are by, and so maybe you'll see your track, and I won't know it's you. So just let me know if you don't see it. I believe I have a few more coming in as well. That's why you keep hearing dings, because I'm hearing my email going of people sending messages. Almost caught up here. Okay. That's good. That one's done. That one is done. All right. Man, it is really warm in my studio today. Let me fix this as well. This looks a little bit... Oh, not that. Let's go like this and like this. Move this over a little bit, and there we go. Oh, man. Get more messages enabled. Perfect. Okay. Okay, Thomas, you sent it in the SoundCloud. Okay. Oh, thanks. Oh my gosh, lots of chat to catch up on. Sorry about that. So what made me switch from a PC to a Mac? I got the Mac and I love it. I got an iPhone. I got the Mac. I love it. It's really powerful. Unfortunately, it's not good with anything visual. So since with a lot of like graphics and like movement on the visual aspect of it, slows the Mac down like crazy. I can't stream, I can't record on it, so that's definitely unfortunate. But I do really enjoy using the Mac. It's just faster than Windows, less problems overall. So let me make sure I have all the tracks here. I just grabbed another one, and then we can get started. It's gonna take forever. That's gonna be a pain. Okay, let's try this. So second shadow is the last one. Date created. Boom. Okay, we have 20 tracks now. Awesome. So let's get started. I'll put my headphones on. We're gonna test out the volume, and I'm probably gonna get super warm in here, but that's okay. Let me follow up with the rest of the chats as well. Hello, Riva. Thank you, Steph. You got a banger for me. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Okay, Thomas. Just this once. I know you've been supported before, so I will do that feedback for you just this once. But next time you'll have to become a patron again to get feedback, or donate through YouTube. But I know that you've been a supporter before, so I don't mind doing it for you this one time. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair to everybody else. So throw that one in as well. Okay. Okay. Hi, Down. Just saw your message and made my track downloadable. Thank you. Just joined the community, Flint. Thank you, Flint. I was just speaking to Flint on Patreon, so I was giving feedback to his track on there. And honestly, man, if you wanted to put your track in the feedback stream, I definitely think you should. Really, really supportive community here, so don't be shy. Hey, Miguel. Oh, Fran, bro, where did you see Augustin? In Buenos Aires? Yeah, Kuma, I think you will absolutely have something soon to put on the stream. Um, Indigo Man, how are you? Big fan of your music. And awesome. Okay, excited to hear everyone's tracks. We got lots of people in the stream, lots of people in the chat. If you don't see your track in Ableton, let me know and let's get started. But I guess before I get started, I should let anybody who's in the stream know that this is a feedback stream. So let's do this. Whoop. This is a feedback stream, so it is for patrons specifically, but also it can be for anybody that's joining in on the stream and wants to submit their track. They can just submit a donation through YouTube like somebody, Shri, already did. Thank you so much for that donation, Shri. And if you want feedback, you can donate or you can sign up for my Patreon, and I will put a link in the chat and you can sign up for that. I'll have some more things that I'm going to talk about, some of the announcements that I've made this month and some important things that you might want to check out if you're learning music production. But yeah, if you're new, make sure to chat, hang out with everybody. The community is really great, really positive, and don't be shy if you want to drop in your track for some feedback. Without further ado, let's get started. First, I want to do a little sound test, make sure that the volume is good. So please let me know if the volume is good. I'm just going to turn it up. Seems a bit loud for me. Is it too loud for you guys, or is it a good volume? Groove fan, you send it through Patreon. Just want to interrupt, make sure that the sound is good. Everybody can hear it. It sounds like it's a good volume. My voice isn't getting lost. And I'll open up the Uline, EQ, and limiters there. Good volume. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for all the content, Dowden from Brenda. Thank you, Brenda. Really appreciate that. And Framebro said that in Buenos Aires was amazing. He dropped my track, Spiral, with Rick Niels. Lovely moment. Thank you for sharing that with me. That's really cool. Really nice to hear that track is still getting played out and people are still enjoying it. Okay, let's jump into the first track then, now that the volume is good. Where is this vocal from? It sounds familiar. Very nice. Oh, starting off strong. Ooh. Whose track is this, by the way? Because it just says 048. Okay, so thanks for letting me know about the loop. I probably wouldn't have even realized. I'm gonna stop it there. I don't know whose track this is because it's not labeled. Remember, everybody, you have to label your tracks when you export them, or I won't know who it's by. But this track is very strong. Everyone in the chat agrees. Big drop, beautiful melodies, beautiful vocal. This sounds like a very professional sounding track. Love the vocal. I feel like I've heard the vocal before. Really nice breakdown, nice tension. I don't have any feedback to give this, really. This track sounds epic. Adriatic's new ID. Just online, I need to give... what do I need to give me feedback to one track? Helios, read the description. It'll explain how to get feedback. So this track sounds great. It sounds very powerful. The hats could be a tiny bit louder. If like stylistically they don't need to be, but they could be. And just I'm noticing there's a little bit of a lack of sub bass, sorry, not sub bass, like mid bass around the second octave of bass. So you have here the 67 hertz, which is pretty high for bass, but that's okay, for sub, I mean. Then you have the 120 up here. It's quite quiet. Especially some parts, especially, it gets a little bit quiet. I think this bass could be a little bit louder, but again, that's probably just more a stylistic choice. Hey, Juliana, thanks for joining the chat, the stream. It was great hanging out the other night, and great catching your set at Klunker Kranish. Thank you for playing my track. It was a really good set and it was really fun. Brenda asked what kind of elements for the tension. So, what's really, I wanted to touch on this. What's really good about this breakdown, the drums come in, which add a little bit of variation. That note right there, that like kind of off-putting high note, adds tension, but this note right here adds so much tension. This one. Brrr. Because it's not, I don't think it's the root note. I think it's a higher note, so it doesn't feel like the melody is resolving, which is creating tension. So, do, like the track's key is do, but then this note comes in and goes do. So it's a little bit off-putting in a way that builds tension, right? Like it's that feeling of not being resolved that makes you feel tense, and then when it drops in, it goes back to the root note, and you feel that resolvement. So it goes boo doo, and that gives you that sense of relief. I think that's why this build-up works so well. I love the vocal there. But yeah, like DO5 saying, there should be a little bit more on the second drop. It's too similar to the first one. Even like a crash, like a ride cymbal or something would work really well. And yeah, just to me, the hats feel a tiny bit far back in the mix. I think I would bring them forward in the mix a little bit. But I'd love to know whose track that is. So if you're in the chat, please let us know because that's a really nice one. Up next, we have North, who is always in the feedback stream. So appreciate your support, North, and appreciate you submitting tracks. And this is Pina Colada, and I didn't name this or I didn't color this yellow. Ableton did. So that's funny that it's Pina Colada and it's yellow. Let's take a listen to this one. And these should all be 0 dB. There we go. I don't know where to go here. Whee! I don't need. Okay, so right away I feel like the kick is a little bit it's a little bit too muffled. There's not a lot of high end on it, and the drums that come in around here were a little bit quiet, like those extra shakers. They were a bit quiet, so they didn't really add too much to the song. So I think bringing them up in volume would help, and then just making that kick feel a bit sharper in the highs, like right up here, would help it punch through. It sounds low. Okay, I'll turn it up. Is that better? Better volume? Good vibe. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Let me know if this is a good volume or if it still needs to come up a bit more. Okay, I'll turn it up a little more. Liking that vibe. Party mode on here. Well, that's for the drop. I'll save that for the drop. Hold on. Oh, I love that. I really like how you've brought the vibe down. Nice. Automation on the flux. Yep, really nice. It's like got like almost like old school progressive. Like like early 2010s progressive house, like Alex H, Shingo Nakamura, very day vibe heavy. You ready? Yeah, we do need this track for the Ibiza playlist. Very Ibiza vibes. So overall the track feels, it's a good vibe. It's definitely a good vibe, but to me it feels pretty muffled. I think that it needs a lot more definition. The track overall sounds really nice. Very like daytime vibe, very like Balearic. Is that how you pronounce it? Balearic is exactly the way that I would describe it as well. Steph said Ibiza vibes for sure. It feels like you're on a boat in the Med listening to it, and it's really nice. So well done, North, on that one. I really like this. I like a lot of your stuff, but I think this one might be my favorite. And the track's called Pina Colada, which I think just makes sense for the vibe that it gives. But yeah, it just needs some cleaning up in the mix, which I know that you will do. But for everybody else that's watching, definitely just needs some more crispiness in the high end. It feels a little bit muffled. Even the kick. Well, the kick's like... Kick's not too bad, but I personally would add a bit more high end to the kick. And then the drums... They feel a little bit muffled, but it's actually probably the rest of the mix that's making them feel muffled. Sometimes when we are mixing our instruments, even though the drums sound fine on their own, they might get kind of bogged down by the rest of the instruments. So if you cleaned up the bass, because that bass feels pretty muddy, when you clean up and scoop out those frequencies of the bass or other instruments that are adding a bit of mud, it can actually make your high end feel crispier and more well balanced. So sometimes it's not better to make your drums or your synths or vocals louder or higher. It's actually about cleaning up the mids and the lows to make the rest of the track feel like that. It's a really good tip, actually, because a lot of the time you would go and just try to crank up the high end, but it's all about balance. And instead of cranking up the high end, you can bring down the rest. And then by contrast, the balance of the track is going to go like this, from low to high. Or I guess, I don't know which view, if my camera's reversing the view. But if this is the low and this is the high, then you could turn up the hats, or you could take down some of the mud. And then by contrast, the highs are going to go up. Cool. Yeah, lots of great feedback on that track, North. Let's go to the next track. This is Alexander Manrique. But I guess I need something here. There we go. I don't know what the track's called, but here it is. Laying on a hammock in front of the lake in a sun. Wow, I'm jealous. That sounds amazing right now. Already sounds super crispy. The mix feels balanced. loud side. You want to aim for between 9.5 LUFS usually for a lot of music. More dynamic, you want to aim for like 10.5, and at around 8, it starts to lose dynamics a little bit, so it's probably fine, but just keep that in mind. Loving the vibe so far. I think it needs a little bit more bass. It doesn't feel very full in the lows. The kick is pretty big, but the sub and the mid, like the sub and the bass are a bit quiet. And that synth that you just brought in, the like whoop whoop, is a little bit murky. It's kind of less high quality than the rest of the sounds you have. Nice. I didn't love the little break here. It felt out of place a little bit. Like it felt like you were going to a break and then the phrasing started over and then you went back into a break, and it kind of threw me off. And I see that D also agreed in the chat, so maybe reconsider that idea. Really cool sound there. Yeah, definitely some cool sound design. I do like the elements quite a bit. Cool build. Nice. So I'm just gonna talk about that really quickly. What Alexander did in that breakdown was really smart because, or the build up rather, because the track is building up, and then it's very far from the original groove. So by introducing that little bit right here, that's really smart because now when it transitions back into the drop, it doesn't feel like breakdown, then build up, then drop. It kind of feels like it all goes a little bit more cohesively because you have another element that is kind of a little stepping stone back into the drop. And this is what I do in a lot of my tracks. I keep one or two elements in this drop, in the breakdown and the build up, or at least the build up, so that it feels like you're not just jumping from one idea to the next. You're kind of transitioning. So that's a really smart play right there. I feel like the track loses a little bit of momentum there. Like it just feels like it's a little bit repetitive at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like it needs a little bit more coming out of there. Maybe a new element, new idea, an effect. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you agree, or am I just being a little bit too particular? Gowser, how are you? Yeah, you agree, D, right? It felt like it was missing a little bit for me too. It just felt like it wasn't it just wasn't as powerful as it should have been. Yeah, exactly. It feels like it hasn't really evolved. So I agree. But rest of the instruments sound great. Mix is well balanced, fairly loud. Clap sounds good. Hat sound good. Ride sounds good. Just maybe that bass needs to be a little bit sharper, like a bit more distortion on it to give it a bit more crisp, so it punches through a bit better. Other than that, just add something new to that secondary part to keep it more interesting and growing. Okay, up next we have Amore. D says, I think you could automate that wow or something to give it some aggression. That's a good idea too. Wop wop, or some phaser, or some flanger, some resonance filtering. So it's like wop wop, right? Like it pushes up the filter and gives you a bit of that resonance sound. That could also help. Okay. Thanks for the feedback, advice, everybody. I appreciate you joining in the chat too. We got Amore 17. Again, I don't know whose tracks these are because they're not putting them in the name. So if you're in the chat, let me know if it's your track. Also, we have had quite a busy viewership today. We just hit 55 viewers, which I think might be the most I've ever had for one of the feedback streams. So that's really great. I dropped back down, but still pretty cool. Groovefan, you don't speak English. I don't know how I can help you with feedback then. What language do you speak? Maybe somebody can translate for me. I don't even know if he's gonna understand that, so I don't know how. Thank you. Yeah, these streams are always doing better and better. Brewcant or Brocant, you just have to read the description and it tells you how to donate. If you go, where do you donate? That's a good question. Also, I'm loving the group so far. So yeah, if you want to donate on the chat, there should be a dollar symbol somewhere next to the chat box, and then you can donate there. I mean, I'm learning German, and I know a little bit of French, but Brocant, it should be the super chat. I can't see it, but can somebody let Brocant know where the donate button is? Because I can't see it on my end either. there's a little bit too much side chaining, I think, going on. So I can hear the pad like wah, 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 kind of coming in, and it doesn't sound natural to me. Especially there, because the kick gets quieter, it does it less. So you have this kind of like wah, 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 wah. And then when it comes here, it doesn't really pulse anymore. It just kind of plays. Okay, yeah, so the donate button is on the bottom right. Oh, I can see it too, actually. Next to the emojis. So where you have to type, look to the right of that, and there's a button for that. Thanks, Lucas, for the donation. You can submit the track. You can submit the track in the chat. I made you a moderator so that you can submit. So the vocal sounds nice, the ARP sounds nice, but the kick to me is too loud. It's overpowering. So I think just slightly reduce the volume of the kick, and this would probably sound a bit better. The kick's just a little bit too overpowering, and the hi-hats and stuff are a little bit quiet. I think these need to be pushed up a little bit. The high end, the shakers, the hats, and the side chaining needs to go down a little bit, and then the vocal also needs to come up a bit. Bass can stay where it's at, but bring that kick down like 2 dB. Melodies are all really nice. I really do like those melodies quite a bit. It should say Destiny. Okay, Brocant. You can also become a patron. So I guess you speak English, Brocant. Sprechen Sie English? Yeah, I think that's it for this track. It's I really like that idea right here. That sounds really nice. Yeah, all the track sounds really nice. Just those little tweaks I think would really elevate it. Like if I push up the high end here, you'll hear that it sounds probably a little bit more balanced. Right, that sounds better to me. Yeah, agreed. So, wow, we have 70 people watching. That is probably about 15 or 20 more than we've ever had on the stream. That's super exciting. So I'm going to take this opportunity to plug some stuff, because why would I not take advantage of that? So if you guys are new to the stream, you can submit your track on Patreon or through a donation. That was perfect timing. Christmas 95220 just submitted a donation literally the same time that I said the word donation. So thank you so much for that donation. I'll make you a moderator so you can send in your track as well on YouTube. And also for anybody who is maybe unaware, I do offer music production coaching. So one-on-one video coaching. I'm going to I'm going to bring this up here. Look, we're going to get serious now. One-on-one video call coaching. So I do offer coaching and mentorship, and I help producers with their music production, marketing, getting signed to labels, becoming familiar with the business, building their brand. And I've helped some of the people in the chat right now. I've even helped get signed to labels as of even recently. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link in the chat. I also have music production courses. So I have online music production courses that you can do at your own pace, beginner course, advanced course, and I will put those in the chat as well. And I do have a masterclass. I already have a lot of people interested in the masterclass. There is a limited number of seats, but if you want to get access to those seats before anybody else, again, I'll put a link to that where you can sign up for the early bird special price of the masterclass, and you'll have first access, so you'll be able to get a seat before anybody else. And if we have enough demand for the masterclass, I'm absolutely going to do a second round of seats. And then once the masterclass is over, you'll still be able to purchase the masterclass and enroll, but you just won't be part of the live 3-day event. You'll just be able to watch it after. So if you want any of that, more information on any of that, you can click the links in the chat. And back to the stream now. Plug away. For your feedback on your production, I learned a lot from you. Of course, I always see you with subtitles. Oh, amazing. And speaking of subtitles, the courses actually come with subtitles in a ton of different languages. So, yeah, thanks, D. Okay, so let's go into another track here. And as we're listening, I'll put those links in the description, in the chat. Okay, so already, there's probably too much going on in the beginning of the track. I think we listened to this last time, didn't we? It sounds different. Nice groove. So for me, the intro had too many elements going on. It's going to be too difficult to mix in as a DJ. There's just too many ideas happening, and then by the time you get here, the track's already giving away too much, and the arrangement is just a little bit too busy. So I think bringing in the elements a little bit slower and a little bit further apart would be good. Karen says that she highly recommends the one-on-one coaching. Thank you very much, Karen. Appreciate that. And Papa Kuma says, I've taken the beginner course and have my first coaching session with Dowd and highly recommend. Thank you guys both so much. It means a lot. And thank you, Groofan, for the donation. Gracias, Groofan. And let's keep jamming. Lucas, could you make your track downloadable, please? And then let me know when it's available for download. Oh, I know. Okay. So we didn't listen to this in the stream. This was somebody that I had a coaching call with recently. And the feedback I gave him then and the feedback I'm giving now is that there's just too many elements. So it's kind of hard to latch on to one idea. There's just too many things going on. So I think stripping back a few of the elements would be really good. It's a really cool track. putting the masterclass sign up in the chat as well right now, and then I'll put all 3 links in the description after, so you can grab it there too. So these are all live recordings of the guitar as well, which is really cool. Super groovy, jazzy, swingy. Bass is a little quiet. So that's basically it for this track. Tons of really cool stuff in there. It's just a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of instruments. There's a lot going on. And I think just dialing back some of those instruments and making more of a club version would be a really good idea. And this is what I expressed to him in the coaching call as well. So I'm sure a lot of you guys enjoyed that track because it's really cool. But yeah, the bass also could be a little bit louder. Whoops. A low end in general. Yeah, just like would be hard for DJs to play that in a set, but very instrumental, very cool. Up next, we have a fan favorite, Dio5. D is always I've been a patron for a long time, always in the chat, always hanging out and giving awesome feedback. So thanks, D, for being part of the community and being such a strong part of the community. We all appreciate you and your efforts. So let's check out Dio5. Furusato. Furusato. That's a cool name. Maker says it's a great composition in my opinion. Awesome groove, but yes, too much going on. Yeah. Yeah, I was impressed by the live elements as well. He recorded the guitars himself. He's from Lebanon, so he said that he was bringing a lot of his home country influence into it, which you absolutely can hear. Really cool track. All right, man. I do appreciate you. So. Ooh. Let's go. Oh, wait. Where's this one? Where's this build? There we go. This reminds me of the very first song I heard by UD. Yeah, this reminds me of your old stuff, man. Sorry to interrupt. I wasn't sure about these plucks here at first. These ones are good. Those ones. I wasn't sure about them at first. And these ones too, they're a little bit thin. I think they could use a little bit more of a presence in like the, I don't know, maybe like 700 or 800 hertz. Yeah, like around here. But then when you bring them here, they sound amazing. Right here. Oh, yeah, the chords. Love those. Beautiful. Oh, this is sick. Very cool idea. Oh. Very cool track. Really, really great track, man. Though that was the only thing I heard I didn't like. This is probably my favorite track you've done in a while. I wish I knew the first track I ever heard by you because it was just like this. Oh, looks like my stream is choppy a little bit. Just gonna give it a sec to stabilize. Does the stream look okay for you guys? It says it's YouTube saying it's a little bit slow, but don't know why it would be. Yeah, okay, it looks fine. Good. Okay, then I will continue. Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite tracks by you. There we go. Okay, it's doing well again. Yeah, really, really good track. I like the old school vibe. Reminds me of your old stuff, and especially where was it here? Maybe it reminds me of like old Colorize. You know who it reminds me of a lot is Matt Fax. Do you remember Matt Fax? Right here, I loved. Such a banger. Love the little like notes in below, like underneath and stuff. Very, very cool. Yeah, very, very nice track. Christmas, did you send in your track yet? I don't know if I saw it in the chat. Or was it just a donation just for the support? Fun drop. Yeah, all good. Yes, good. Absolutely great. Feeling that at Tomorrowland's main stage, definitely. Appreciate that, man. Cool. All positive feedback on that one. I have Jimmy signed up for Patreon. Thanks, Jimmy, for that. Appreciate the support. And then, of course, feel free to submit your track in for some feedback. Let's keep going. We're going a little slow here today, but that's okay. We have 23 tracks to go through, so I'm going to try and get through them a little bit faster, but let's start over. I don't want to cut anybody's time at all, so I want to make sure we can listen. Enhanced, yeah. Enhanced would be a good label for that. Okay, Christmas, let me feel. I can't find your link. Let me try and find it. Christmas, can you resend it in the chat? I don't see it. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely enhanced or colorized. Nice groove. I'm loving the crispiness of the hats. It really helps that groove. A little bit repetitive here. I do like the vibe a lot. This ride that comes in is a little bit too loud for me. Maybe not. Maybe it would be better if it was a little bit in the background. It's a cool set. Like, it's a cool vibe. People in the chat really like it. Thanks, Christmas. Got your track. Ooh, I like that sound a lot. It's a little bit busy of a mix, but because your hi-hat is so crispy and your groove is so strong, it doesn't feel super clustered. Uh, it is a bit busy. Maybe taking out one of these would be a good idea. I think the low end is a tiny bit quiet. Yeah, you can see that the low end and the high end are basically the same volume. I think you need more low end from like here down to give it a bit more weight in the bottom. But overall, really cool track, cool ideas. It's dark, it's eerie, it's like a late vibe, and a lot of people in the chat really like it. So that is Fark Singularity. If you're in the chat, definitely throw in your socials or comment so I can make you a moderator so you can throw in your socials because, yeah, people definitely want to hear more of that one. So he did send a second track. I don't really have time to go over both tracks. I'll quickly skim through it. That's nice. So this one, the hi-hats aren't punching through as much. It needs a little bit more sharpness in the hi-hats, but definitely agree with you guys. It is a Maze 28 type vibe, also like a Hobbin Rude type vibe. But I do think that it needs a bit more high end. I don't want to give too much feedback on this because I need to move on. But very cool track. Really cool vibe on both those tracks. Definitely good for an EP. And another patron just came in. So thank you to Full K for signing up for Patreon. Appreciate your support. And let's move on to this track. So this is GMJ and Matter Take 2. So this is from my How to Make Music Like GMJ and Matter project. And then he made a track out of that. Very cool. So it's quite busy. I left my limiter on, that was my mistake. So the hi-hat is panning a lot. It's going left, right, and it's just a little bit distracting to me. The main problem I have with this is that there's too many thin sounds. So there's nothing really taking the full drive of the track. It feels like there's a lot of flutteriness, but nothing's really taking like the lead. And it starts to feel a little bit like I don't know where to listen to, and I get a little bit distracted. You know, it's like a lot of like one shots and stuff, but they're kind of random. Kind of like the randomness. I like the ideas, but it just doesn't feel, it feels too unstructured for me. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but I think that you need something that's a bit more consistent, that's going to carry the track. Like the bass line is consistent, the drums are consistent. Bum, bum, bum. Like something like that. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. You know, like something that's going to keep the rhythm a little bit more structured so that those random sounds feel like they're accents and not pulling away from the groove and the rhythm. The cool sounds though. Yeah, call and response. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, that's way better. That synth is really nice too, that lead. So I think turn up that lead a little bit. I love that lead sound, very nice. The bass coming in here louder is great. It really drives exactly the point that I was trying to make over here. So overall, I think that sounds really nice. And yeah, I think that exactly what I said is all that needed to change, and you did that already. So maybe a little bit more of that over here would be good. But yeah, that's sounding pretty good. I love that. I love that synth. Yeah, really enjoy that part. Okay, up next we have Karen Fagan with Eventualities. Let me make sure my limiter is off. Karen is one of my recent students, and she just signed her first EP. So congratulations, Karen, for that. We did some coaching together, just finalizing some already really good ideas she had, fine-tuning the track and or a couple of her tracks. And I think that she has a really good ear for music, so I think she's going to go far. Let's take a listen. Thanks, mate. My arrangement videos are boss. That groove on the bass is really nice. The hats are really nice. I think that the hats, like the shakers, are good, except for they're a little bit flat. And what I mean by that is that it doesn't feel like it's a very strong, like, it doesn't feel like it's going very down, up, down, up, down. It kind of feels like it's just like a flat on top. So I think if you added a little bit more volume to your main hat, like I'm splitting hairs here. Like I'm being very picky, but the kind of side. Oh, Karen's still in the chat. Hi, Karen. So the sides of like the hats, like there's kick hat, but in between though there's the little shakers. I think those hats surrounding the main upbeat hat need to be like a dB or two quieter. Sorry, I have hiccups. And that way it'll make that kick hat relationship feel a little bit more dynamic. So it's like it gives more of that pump. Nice groove on that pluck. Nice. For the build-up here, I would probably filter out the hats a little bit so that they don't come in so strong, because it kind of gives them all away. So filter them in a little bit and then build tension by opening the filter. It sounds really nice, but I'm losing a bit of the plucks here. I love the bass. Well done. My feedback would be maybe dialing back one of the ideas. You have a lot of ideas here, and sometimes when transitioning from idea to idea, it just feels like it works. To be honest, it does work, but sometimes it's better just to focus on one or two less ideas so that it doesn't feel like you're just changing too much within the track. This might be more personal taste, to be honest. It also looks pretty, actually it's probably fine. But yeah, I think that's one major thing for me. And the other is that the drop of the pluck kind of felt lost, where I wanted to hear more of it. This one here. Like, I want to hear that more. I want to hear that louder in there, and everything else kind of be stuck behind it. So maybe put some sidechain compressors on everything else when the lead comes in, or a track spacer, or just turn that lead up a little bit. Even automate like a dB or two louder with a utility on the drop when it's getting kind of bogged down by everything else. But yeah, the ideas are cool. It sounds good. The mix is well balanced. I love the bass that you have. Yeah, really well done. And I think people in the chat liked it too. So that's good. Oh, lots of comments. Mason, how are you, buddy? Thanks for joining. Try to catch up. Francois, hello. Great vibes. Yep. Providing a lot for the community. Thank you, Dowden. My pleasure. Thank you for being part of the community. Yeah, agreed, D. Pick the strongest idea and then strip it back a little bit. All right, let's move on to the next track. Well done, Karen. Thank you for submitting your track. And I can definitely hear you getting better too, which is really cool. Your quality of your mixing and everything is sounding better, so that's really awesome. All right, we have Keith Richards with Extraction. And I'm gonna have to stop taking tracks now because I have 25 and don't want to be up all night here. Yeah, Turin, if you want to do a class, check the description. Like I said, I have monthly coaching and music production courses and a master class coming out soon. So I don't love that hi-hat. I think the hi-hat's a little bit too brisk. It's too like splashy in the high mids, and it doesn't really have a lot of punch. It's very like white noisy. Yeah, Keith Richards is a cool name. Right, DJ. Yeah, kick's a little loud. Where are we here? What track are we listening to? I'm on the wrong one. Overall, the track is a bit too loud. The kick is quieter than the hats. Yeah. Okay, overall the track is very loud. I think the kick is a little bit too boomy and big and aggressive, and it's not even as loud as the rest of the high end, so it feels louder than it actually is. So I think bringing a different kick would be good. Or I think it's just a really like high pitch kick. It's all the way at C, so maybe try bringing it down a few semitones. Might actually help the kick feel better. The hi-hat is just way too loud. It's really bright and kind of hurting my ears a bit. But it still needs some punch, so make sure you don't turn it down too much and get rid of the punch. I would actually probably add a second hat in there to give a bit of punch and turn the volume down on both. Yeah, good point. The 130 hertz is killing all the headroom. That's exactly what I think it is. You're right. It's just like too much right here is just causing... Like right here, yeah, it's just too much. Very bright too, like the white noises and atmospheres are very bright, kind of hurting my ears a little bit. I had to turn it down. Yeah, shortening the open hat would help as well, keeping it a bit shorter. You have a lot of low end here during your breakdown. Make sure that you're filtering out with your pads and stuff. Thanks for hanging out, D. Always a pleasure, man. Appreciate you very much. Enjoy your family time, and we'll see you soon at the next stream. This is a cool vibe. I love the drop here. Very nice. I love that little like wow accent. Thanks, buddy. Take care. Love that lead. So that lead sounds good as well. But yeah, the mix just definitely needs some work. I definitely think you should fix that hat, fix the kick, fix the mids. There's a lot of work that needs to be done with the mix. But I think that it's a pretty good track. Okay. John, thank you for signing up for Patreon. I appreciate the support. And next we have Nipin. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But here we go. Ooh, little deep house action. Molak, how are you? I just got a track by you on Mango Alley. Really liked it. Collaboration, I think you did. Loving that melody. Those pads. Oh, nice. Oh, let's go. Beautiful. I think that's from one of my project files, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Very nice. Love the piano, love the melodies, the atmospheres are great. Beautiful vibe. Yeah, looking forward to that collab, Molak. Okay, I don't love the clap on this one. Or the hats. You can hear it more here. The hi-hats are a bit too muffled, I think. They sound a little bit quiet, a little bit far back in the mix. They need a bit more brightness to them. And the clap's okay. It's personally not a clap that I would use, but I don't like claps that are a little bit more like this. I like tighter sounding claps, but the clap is at a good volume. But to me, it's like a little bit, it's gonna sound silly, but it's a little bit too clappy. Like it sounds like it's like a bunch of people kind of clapping at the same time almost. And it distracts me a little bit personally. but I think it's also because it's louder than your hi-hats, so it feels like I can hear the clap more. If you brought the hi-hats up, I think it would sound better. Yeah, so somebody said it's like a tropical house clap. Yeah, beautiful composition though. Love the piano. What do you mean by forward claps, Malak? Like ones that are like longer? Nipin, are you in the chat? I want to know where you got these vocals from. What a great track. Well done. Yeah, well done. Oh, so the track is called Nipin and it's Adria Falco. Okay, so Adria's in the track. Is in the chat. Great vibes on this track. I would love to know where you got the vocal samples, like which pack you got them from, because they sound great. Very well done. Really nice track. I probably would play this once it's like fully, if it was like fully mixed and stuff, I would think I would definitely play it. Okay, up next we have Riva Strim with the ID. Everyone really liked that track too, Idrea. Loving this vibe already. This is right up my alley. Yeah, definitely a Sunday groove. Very like Mango Alley, Side Beat, Mystique Music, Falcon Connection. Yeah, lots of nice stuff today. Honestly, every one of these streams, people just send me bangers. So many good tracks. I think it needs more bass here, and between 75 and 150 hertz. Ooh, nice. All those little accents and stuff sound great. The vibe sounds really great. It reminds me kind of like of Mike Asai. Riva, when this track's done, send it to me. I would definitely play this like early in one of my sets when I'm on tour. Great like opening track. I think this is another track by Riva. We'll quickly go through it. Or is it the same one? Oh, I think it's the same one. Yeah, no wonder it looks the exact same. I think he sent me 2 versions of it. So get rid of that one. But well done. I really enjoyed that, and I would definitely play that one out. You can't see span when I open. Oh, shoot. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. I wish I knew that. Let me fix that real quick. Give me 1 sec. I'll just put this on. No, I gotta go here. Oh man, I've been using Span. I've been using Ulean. I've been using like metering tools to show you guys. I'm so sorry. Screen capture, and I will add a source. What did I just do? That's not right. Give me 1 sec. I just gotta fix this. Okay. Can you see span now? So what I was referring to, it was the bass should be louder around here. Sorry about that, everybody. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, my pleasure for the feedback. Thanks for the support. I appreciate you. Do you use Ableton Dual Monitor? Didn't realize that was possible. I do actually. Yeah, you can put it on 2 monitors, especially Ableton 12. You can actually put like it all over the screen. Okay, awesome. Thank you. My face cam is off now though. Well, you got to see my face. That's the best part of the stream. There we go. Okay, thanks. Yeah, really nice track. Definitely would play that. Okay, Miguel Ante with Connections. I already love that groove. Loving that pad in the background. Oh yeah, and to answer your question, somebody asked what the average age was in the chat, and I mean, I'm 32. Nick, I do these every month. At the end of the month, every month I do one of these feedback streams for my patrons and for YouTube, of course. But yeah, patrons get a feedback stream every month. Really nice melody here. Nice vocal combination with the melodies. Wow, that's pretty young. 58. Wow, good for you. Listening to or like making music at 58. I actually had a student that was in his 60s, and he just started. Like he was probably 61 or 62, and he just started music production at 62. I think he was 62. Loving that build. How many studio hours do I dedicate to my music? Hopefully between 8 and 12 a week. And then maybe like 8 or 6 to 8 per week on a good week. And then on a bad week, either 0 to 6. And then, oh, I love the vocal here. And then on a weekend, usually I try to spend at least 4 or 5 hours on the weekends as well. 72 years old, Roland. Wow. That's awesome. That's so cool that you're watching the stream and enjoying the music. The vocal's nice, the mix is nice. So, I really love this song. I really love the melody, love the vocal combination. Very nice. The side chaining is a bit heavy. Right, so it feels like that kick is really stealing, like it's like sucking the life out of the track because every time it hits, the track is getting quieter. So I think reduce the side chain and maybe turn it down like 1 to 2 dB. Yeah, it's a little bit loud. Maybe turn the bass up like 1 or 2 dB. The kick down 1 or 2 dB, and then the rest should be good. Probably the vocals up like 1 or 2. So kick down 1 or 2, bass up 1 or 2, vocals up 1 or 2, and everything else stays the same. Really cool track. So you said he's 72 years old, Roland. Very, very cool that you're hanging out in the chat with us. You know, it's never too late to enjoy music. And then we have a couple people that are in their 40s, in their 30s, in their 20s. I love that there's such a variety here. So thanks for the track, Miguel. Very nice track. Up next, we have Lipa Tezzioli with Togetherness. Yeah, chapter and verse. Yeah, started making tech outs in his 40s. Yeah, I heard about him. So right off the bat, the kick is very loud and very long. Like it's quite a long boomy kick. I would shorten that kick for sure, and you can see the transient. Whatever, but the transient's probably not bad. My pleasure, Miguel. Cool track. So yeah, that kick is probably gonna interfere with the bass a little bit. Nice bass line. I know you brought in a new element here from here to here. Maybe it's a little bit quiet. It's not like enough to keep it going, I think. So maybe turn that up a little bit. Love that pluck. Very cool, but yeah, that kick is just ruining it for me. Ooh, lovely. Okay, so low end, the kick is too boomy, it's too long, it needs more top end, it's not crispy enough. It's it's not very balanced. So I think swap out the kick for something that's a bit shorter, less boomy, and has more high end, or attenuate the high end. So accentuate the high end so it feels a little bit brighter. The bass line's good, the melody is good. Somebody said it's like Emmy Galvin. I definitely agree. Try on Fleek, thanks for hanging out. Cheers. Awesome. He says awesome music today. I agree. So thanks for hanging out and thanks for being part of this the stream again. Back to the track. Yeah, the hats and the clap way too quiet. So the balance of the track is just way off. The lows are too low, too loud, and the highs are too are not high enough. So yeah, I would try to balance that out a bit better. But the melodies you have are really nice. I realize my camera's backwards, so the low is too high and the high is too low. I'll try to remember that.
But it is best understood by analogy with music. Because music, as an art form, is essentially playful. We say you play the piano. You don't work the piano. We thought of life by analogy with a journey, with a pilgrimage, which had a serious purpose at the end. The thing was to get to that end. But we missed the point the whole way along. It was a musical thing, and we were supposed to sing or dance while the music was being played.
Cool. Again, melody sounds great. Just those additions, I think, need to be the drums and the kick need to be fixed, and I think it would sound way better. Up next, we have Diversion. It's Indigo Man remix. I'm a pretty big fan of Indigo Man's music, so I'm excited to hear this one. And I prefer to master on headphones for sure. I master on both. Like I check both my monitors and my headphones, but yeah, always headphones for the high quality stuff. Bookprint said that track was his favorite tune of the stream. Love that. Look at that. Nine tracks left, I think. From 16, 8 or 9 tracks. No worries, sounding good already. Kick feels a little bit flat to me, so it's not like grooving as hard as it could. But overall, the vibe is really cool. Nice hanging out, Wook, Prince. It's weird saying that to somebody, but take care. Thanks for joining in on the stream and becoming a new patron. Also, I just threw in a a poll into the chat. I'm just curious if it's worth me creating the monthly sample packs, if you guys enjoy them. If you have any feedback on those sample packs, please let me know. It does take a lot of work to make the sample packs, so if you're not using them, then I won't make them. But if you do like them, please let me know what I can do to improve them. Do you need more samples every month? Is there enough samples every month? Do you want more diversity? Like, please let me know in the chat, and it really helps me out. Hey Corey, how are you, buddy? Where are you living right now? And thanks for tuning in. Loving that vibe, Indigo. That sounds good. I really like the idea of the panning sawtooth sound right here, but I feel like there needs to be a little bit more in this breakdown. Maybe like a secondary sub melody or something a bit stronger to punch through the mix. Corey, you're in Vancouver. Congrats on the engagement. Do you have a date for the wedding? And tell Kelsey, not Kelsey, Haley? Tell her I said hi. This is cool. Loving the tension on this. Yeah. Ooh, let's go. All right. That's badass. I love that growing synth there. That sounds really cool. Could be a little bit louder. Well, it's not mastered yet. Very, very cool. Do you see how the kick is the same volume as the hats? I think the kick needs to be a tiny bit louder, which will probably get fixed in the master probably anyways. But just in case, make sure your kick is punching through a bit more. The track is really cool. The breakdown, I feel like, needs a tiny bit more work. It just felt a bit repetitive to me. Even if you shortened it, I think it would be fine. But overall, this sounds awesome right here. Very, very cool. The clap is a little bit quiet for me. Love that, like, clave perk. That sounds really good. Corey, no date yet. We'll catch up sometime soon. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. Congratulations again. Really, really happy for you guys. I loved hanging out with you guys in Vietnam. She's a really, really nice girl, and I'm really glad I got to meet her before, before you guys got married. But yeah. And thanks for tuning into the stream, man. I appreciate that very much. So Indigo, really nice track, but I expected that from you anyways, because I do really like your music. So well done. Next we have Tale of Tribes. I'm not sure who it's by. And the monthly pack stream, it looks like a lot of people do download the monthly sample packs. I think I guess I'll keep making them. Yeah, I agree, Jimmy. That's a good point. Like, just more in the breakdown in general. And yeah, okay, some more diversity in the sample packs. I'm going to start to try and make some of my own drum samples to throw in the sample packs. I do have, I've contacted some companies to get clearance on those sample packs. So if they give me the clearance, then I will be able to make my own. But if not, then I'll try and record some and put out some of those samples. Thanks for answering the poll, everybody. To me, the hi-hat's a bit dull. Loving those bass stabs. Ooh. Love that bass sound that you added there. The whoa. Very cool sounds. Is that a different hat? The hat. Oh, sounds better here. Still could be a little bit louder though. Oh, cool. Ismail M vibes, yeah. Oh, love that note change. Loving that. So for me, the drop was a little bit underwhelming, but the groove after is really nice. I think if you take out a little bit more of the bass here before it drops in, it would feel like it transitions a little bit better. Ah! Let me try that again. Like that. I think that, yeah, the clap could be a little bit louder too. That's more of a stylistic choice, so it doesn't need to be. Yeah, I think it's really nice. Let's move on to the next track. Well done, whoever that is. I like the breaks and the breakdown. Very cool. I think that you need a little bit of EQing and the breakdown to make the drop feel more intense, but everything else, really enjoyed. We have Second Shadow. Oh, I love that, Kuma. That's so cool. He's feeling inspired after the session. I love that. I wrote music for about 3 or 4 hours today. Maybe even, yeah, 4 or 5 hours, and I got a lot done, so I'm inspired too. By the way, guys, in the Discord, I put in this new channel where you can actually chat, video call chat. Let me move this out of the way. Oh, it's asking me to log in. Okay, I'll do it after. So if you join the Discord, you can go in and you can do chat, video call, and share your screen. So we can do like mini live streams in the Discord. So you can literally go in there and share your screen and hang out with like a few people who are on Discord at the same time. They can join in and you can like work on music together in the live stream. So if you're a part of the Discord, check it out. It's really cool. I might keep it only to patrons. I don't know yet. But yeah, that's something new. So I definitely recommend going to check that out. And I'll be doing some streams in there as well. I'm gonna put a link to join the Discord. In the chat right now. This track is nice. Hey Mojo, how are you? Oh, nice man, good track. Okay, so I'm loving the groove on this. It's really catchy. I really like the drums. Really crispy. I like the idea here, but the bass to me feels very like stagnant. It's just like boo. I think if you added a bit of movement with some filtering, maybe turned it down with some automation before it gets to here, so it's more of a feeling of bass and not just like straight doo. Do you know what I mean? So like some like right, some movement. that already sounds better. The synths are really nice here. I also don't love the kick being filtered out there. It kind of feels a little bit lackluster for me. Nice. This groove is awesome. It sounds really good, but this I don't love. Personally, it feels like it's like just falling a little bit flat. I know the idea you're trying to do, but it just feels like the kick's a bit too like... Maybe if you brought more of the drums up first, like if it was like... and had a bit of the filtered drums like you have here. If I had that a little bit earlier, maybe made it a little bit shorter even, I think that would work better. But I think this sounds great. That like... sounds really cool. The kick also feels a little bit short, like it's just really punchy and short, except, yeah, you can even see it's pretty short kick, except for here it feels really long, which is interesting. But I think maybe the kick could be a little bit like more power in the sub, but maybe it's just a mix. But overall, very cool track. I think that it just, those little things I suggested would make it a bit better. And yeah, could probably be a little bit louder. You could probably add another like 32 beats onto here and add this melody back in as well. But well done. We have Turin with Distant Travelers. Turin, are you still in the chat? I believe this one's pretty heavy. Oh, congrats, Mojo. And Mojo, I just heard your nice EP on Perfection. Well done. And congrats. Cool track. So it's a nice track so far. It is, to me, quite full. It's not dynamic. It's not very dynamic. I mean. I think maybe it's just I guess it's for the type of song that it is, but I feel like maybe the clap... Hold on, let me listen to the drop again. This is for your soul. Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah. This is for your soul. I love that. That's so cool. Okay, super badass, really cool. The vocal I think needs to go up like at least 3 or 4 dB. It's very quiet in my opinion. The hat and the clap are also a bit quiet in my opinion. It just feels like it's just all kick and bass, and it doesn't really have much dynamics. Like, it doesn't have much pooch, pooch. I love how you build the track. I think it's really cool how it keeps going, but it's just always changing and always growing to be more and more. What's a good adjective for that? Like, I don't want to just say darker or like more atmospheric, but it just becomes more like intense. And I think that sounds really cool. Like, it's just pushing further and further, and it sounds like you're falling farther and farther into like a really, really cool dark realm of sound. So I really like that. Well done. But yeah, I think that the bass might just be like 2 or 3 dB too loud maybe, and that's making the whole track feel a little bit flooded. And I can't hear the dynamics very much. So maybe dial back the bass like 1 or 2 dB, maybe 2 or 3 dB, but probably closer to 2. And let the clap and the hat be pushed up like 1 or 2 dB. Very subtle. But yeah, that should make it feel a bit more dynamic. And yeah, well done. We have Hernan Catano's Tranquilo. This is Thomas Brisky remix. Is this an official remix, Thomas? Or Tomas? And Papa Kuma, yeah, the labels do master the tracks usually. If a label asks you to master it or asks you to pay for somebody else to master it, that's a red flag, and that's probably not ideal. Like, that's probably not a good sign. The label should cover the mastering. Nowadays, labels expect you to pay for a portion of the master, which is definitely new. And, you know, I have thoughts about that. I'll keep them to myself. But, yeah, nowadays labels require, some labels ask you to pay for a portion of the things out of your royalties. But, yeah, well done, man. Really cool track. Reminds me of, like, I have a track called Wormhole. It's a very old track on Juf Recordings, and it's similar vibe. Very, very dark. Very busy. Not busy. Very, very dark. Very, like, trippy. John Fleming played it a lot in his sets. And Brenda asked, do you do a lot of sound design inside Dive? Do you mean Diva? Or are you keen on using presets and modifying them? I like to do both. I make about half my own sounds I make, and then the other half I choose presets. Maybe 50-50, or maybe like 60-40, and then I use presets and then I manipulate them, or I change them to, like, I strip them right back to the core sounds and then manipulate them. Most of the time, I'd say I make my own sounds, maybe 65-35. So 65% of the time I make my own sounds, and then 35% I use presets. Paul, it is getting pretty late for me here. I can take a quick peek at it. But yeah, it's getting quite late for me here. I'll see how this goes. Maybe I can throw it in at the end. I also have another person asking as well. Jimmy, are you still in the chat, Jimmy? Sophia, are you telling me to play the track? Is that what you mean? Yeah, my pleasure. Ooh, love that. That was cool. What is that sound? That is... Did you make that? That's so cool. Very cool sounds. Okay. Jimmy and Paul, I don't know if I can get to your tracks tonight. We'll see how I'm doing for time. Loving this groove. Oh, cool. I'll see if I can squeeze it in, Jimmy and Paul. And there's a third guy messaging me now. So I'll see if I can squeeze them all in for you guys. If the stream's still going strong, I'll stay on and do it. No problem. Yeah, it's totally fine to use presets as long as you're not relying only on presets. They're there to use. You can get some really great sounds, and then if you use presets and manipulate them, you can learn a lot from that. So I definitely recommend doing it. Thomas, this track is awesome. Great job. My only feedback I would give is maybe that hat needs a bit more mids because it doesn't really punch through the mix very well. It's subtle, but I think it needs just a bit more of like the like 2 to 5K range, maybe 2 to 8K, maybe higher, 3 to 8K. Just needs a little bit of crispiness to punch through the mix, but overall it's a really cool track. I didn't love this in the breakdown at first. It kind of sounded out of place to me. I'm not exactly sure how to explain it, but it felt a little bit out of place. But then I kind of liked it that it was out of place. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It feels a little bit out of place, but I kind of like the contrast of it being out of place, then dropping back in. So I don't know if that's good or bad. I'll let the chat maybe decide. Yeah, very cool. I think that'll do very well. I think Hernan would consider playing that for sure. We have Shri. So yeah, well done, Tomas. I'm a fan of your stuff, especially your stuff, your track Visions. I think I used that as a reference track in one of my last tracks. So really a fan of your stuff here. Next we have Shri and Ali Ch, or the track. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that, but let's go ahead. I'd love to go deeper into sound design. Your channel has been super helpful when it comes to this. Any other recommendations or searches when to study more? Sound design is very difficult because it's very vast. There's a lot of stuff to learn. I don't do tons of videos on sound design because there's a lot of stuff online already covering that, but maybe I'll do some sound design in some of my new YouTube videos. But you can always book coaching with me and I can run through sound design with you as well, because it is a pretty tricky thing to learn on your own. Yeah, good luck on the contest, by the way, man. Good luck. Loving this groove so far. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Really cool. I don't love that little trilly synth there. I think that takes away from it. Yeah, it's been a good stream tonight. A lot of good tracks. I think this track sounds great. Very groovy, very vibey. The mix sounds really nice. I honestly don't know how people write like this. Like, so many layers that just groove so well and very articulate. Very cool. Well done. Cool, Brenda. I'd love to teach you, so feel free to book a free consultation if you want, and we can chat and see if it's a good fit. My only feedback would be that there's maybe too many things going on. It is really cool, but to me, it's a bit distracting when there's not too much I can really latch onto and kind of get hypnotized by. What do you guys think in the chat? Let me know if you think it's maybe a bit too busy. Personally, I like to have one or two less elements in my tracks and focus on those, but I do know that some people prefer that style, so it could be completely a stylistic thing. But overall, no other feedback. Very well done. Really cool track. Up next, we have Edgar with Lucas Aoki and Paz, P-A-Z, featuring Jessica Gaspar. Let's listen to this one. And then we have Paul, are you still in the chat? It sounds really quiet for some reason. Oh, my bad. No, it's not even on. Why does it feel so quiet? Oh, that's why. The piano sounds very quiet here. I don't know if it's intentional or not. There we go. I don't like the piano being super quiet at the beginning because it sounded like it was an accident. Beautiful. Really well done. Very well done. I'm loving this vibe. Very kind of music. I would love to speak to this vocalist because I do want to have some vocals in my next track. So if you could put me in contact with Jessica, that would be great because I absolutely love this vocal. I love the vibe that you guys have here. Very well done. I do think that the kick is a little quiet and the sub is too loud. Right, like this sub is very loud. It's hitting all the way up at like 28 and a half. I wouldn't go higher than like 29 at the very least with your kick. So I'd say bring that sub down and bring your kick up, kind of shift that a little bit. Other than that, you could probably push your hi-hats up a little bit as well. Other than that, very, very well done. I think everyone in the chat's going to like that track very much. Up next, we have Techno Moon Tides. That's a good name. Paul, are you still in the chat? I don't know if you if you heard me before. I'll just message you on Facebook. Or actually, I'll message you on Patreon. Some techno. Well, I am in Berlin after all. Yeah, good luck with Moblack. That'd be awesome. Okay, Paul, I'll cover your track in here, okay? Oh, I love that. Very Berlin techno. Kick might have a little bit too much high end.
And we are all connected.
Like maybe a little bit too much of this.
And we are all connected.
Right here. I'll probably turn that down a little bit.
And we are all connected. Like tides around the world.
To be honest, Kuma, I love hard techno. It's one of my favorite genres, so I like dancing to it, I like partying to it, and I like listening to it. So that was one of the reasons why I was so excited to move to Berlin.
Like tides around the world. And we are all connected. Being pushed and pulled by an unseen force. And we are all connected.
This is really good techno, actually. I like how it's has breaks and stuff. And I like the synths, I like the vocal.
And we are all connected. Like tides around the world. And we are all connected.
I don't love this part, if I'm being honest.
And we are all connected.
Yeah, I definitely would have heard a lot of Detroit techno.
And we are all connected.
Who made this track? Is this you, Christmas?
Being pushed and pulled by an unseen force.
Wow.
Stretches out.
This is your second track. That's crazy. It sounds really good for your second track. I love how that ride is offbeat.
And we are all connected.
Very well done. That's something I can imagine hearing at Berghain, at Trezor, at RSO. Very, very well done, especially if that's your second track. Wow, good for you. I wouldn't change anything. I didn't love the breakdown here.
We are all connected.
I don't know, the kick just feels like it slows it down there a little bit. Maybe if you took out a little bit more low end from the kick there and mids, it would feel just a bit less like that. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, well, good job. Very, very good job. You know, feel free to join the Patreon and submit your track next month as well. We'd love to hear more from you. I think I speak for everybody. Cool. Yeah, my pleasure. I don't think there's anything else I would do to it.
And
mix sounds really good too. You could probably push up the atmospheres a little bit, like the background kind of droney atmospheres. Like that, those sounds. And that right there, the ba-bum, I love that. Ba-bum. I think you could turn that up as well and bring more of those in throughout the track. I think that would be really good. All right, full K with emphasis. Mojo, same, man, same. Jimmy, is your track up here? Yeah, good call, Mason. Your track is not on here. Okay, my bad. What was it called? I might have missed grabbing it. Oh, I found it. Okay, there's a lot going on in this track. It's very, very splashy, very, very overcompressed. Oh, and my limiter's on. My bad. No wonder why it sounds overcompressed. That's better. My bad. Mojo, thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your night. Well, like that. 3 tracks left, everybody, after this. 3-hour session tonight. 3-hour stream. I thought tonight was going to be a short stream because there was only like 12 tracks, and then in the last hour, everybody sent in their tracks. Cool idea. Okay, so I like the melody here. It doesn't really match the vibe all that much, but then it kind of works in its favor. Like, it's unique, so it sounds cool. It's not traditional, but hey, there's no rules in music, so I think it works. The samples you're choosing are not good quality. The kick is very quiet and like looks like it's very compressed, but it just doesn't sound very good. So I think a better kick. Thanks, Christmas. It's weird saying that. Yeah, and then the snare is just very, very big. It just doesn't really sound very good, in my opinion. You should definitely try a different clap or snare. A bass line sounds cool. And this part just sounds very quiet. Yeah, it's definitely very compressed. You can see it's like a straight line across. And this breakdown doesn't really make sense to me because it just sounds like the volume got cut in half. There's like a layer of bass there that sounds like it's off timing a little bit. It's definitely a little bit distracting, but some really cool ideas in the track. I think it just needs to be mixed a lot better, and some different samples that you could choose that would probably really help the mix and the vibe of the track, and not so compressed. So cool ideas, just needs a bit of fine tuning. Like I said, I'm always available if you want to reach out. And yeah, overall, I think it has potential to be a better track. It just needs some fine tuning. We have Midnight. Did we already listen to this? No. Okay, so we have Midnight. Who's this by? I just want to remind everybody, next time, if you put your name in the export, then you'll get credit for the track. Yeah, I like the melody as well in that last track. So right off, I'll say that not having a kick drum at the beginning of your track is hard for DJs to want to mix into it, because there's no kick at the beginning, so it's hard to mix in because you can't line up your beats as well. So I always recommend putting a kick at the beginning and not bringing it in later. You're welcome, Folke. Thanks for the support. Okay, so this is Victor. Yeah, my pleasure, Riva. We do have a great community here. Oh, excuse me. Unless it's Jeremy Oliver. Yeah, agreed. Good night. Yeah, I don't know how to say your name right. Yes, I am racing. But good night. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it very much. So some cool ideas here for sure. I think that the hi-hat is a little bit too quiet. The bass to me feels a little bit flat, like there's just like too much of like boominess here. So I think maybe the kick and bass are playing the same frequency, and it's creating a bit of like boom, 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 boom. It doesn't really sound too great. So try taking your kick and pitching it down a few semitones, like at least 3 or 5 semitones, and see if it sounds better in the mix. And add more of this bass octave here, the second octave of bass, which is about 140 hertz, it looks like. The track itself is pretty cool. I like the synth work you have. The synth feels a little bit too forward in the mix. Like 1 or 2 dB quieter, that sound could be like 1 or 2 dB quieter. And then when you bring the hats up like 2 dB, they could also be a little bit punchier. If you bring those up, it'll balance the whole mix out and it'll sound a little bit better. those synths are also way too loud. Like at least like 3 or 4 dB too loud, I'd say. But cool ideas. I think with those slight fixes, it'll be a nice track. Up the second last, we have Celtic with Rooster, and then we have Mika James with Interlinked, and then we are done for the night, everybody. Woohoo! Thanks for hanging out, by the way. There's people that have hung out the whole stream. Papa Kuma, who else was here the whole stream? BSIM was here for a while. I think you're the one that stayed the longest, Kuma. Oh, George, I didn't even see you in here. George, are you still in the chat? Turin and Brenda have been in the chat for a long time. Thanks for hanging out. I like that vocal. Glad to hear. Loving that vocal and that vibe. Thanks, Kuma. Glad we got to meet yesterday, was it? Very nice vibe here, man. Paul? Oh my gosh, you're wild, Kuma. I couldn't do that. Paul, this is really nice. Oh, glad to hear. So for this track, I think the kick is a little bit muffled. It could be a little bit more high end. Would probably help it out a little bit. And then maybe a little bit of volume on the hats and a little bit of saturation to bring out a little bit more of the high end, like up here. Like that. Right? It feels much more balanced like that. Brings the whole track like more to life when I push up that EQ. But I would play this track, man. So when you're done with this track, please send it over to me because I would play this early on in a set for sure. Finally, we have Mika James with Interlinked, and this is our last track for tonight. Are we gonna end on a banger? We're gonna find out. Cool, nice vibe. I like that hi-hat a lot. Certified banger. I love that hi-hat, that's very unique. Kick is punchy. I like how the clap has a nice reverb on it. It kind of adds to the groove. Joao, there's no minimum. Whatever you want to donate, you can, but you have to be quick because I'm right about to wrap up. That pluck is a tiny bit too loud for me, like literally half a dB or a dB. And those synths too, they're coming in a tiny bit loud. I love the idea. So Joao, let me know if you're gonna, if you want to send something in. Yeah, these resonant sounds are very loud. And if I look here, you're gonna see there's really strong resonances, like right on the EQ as well. Those are way too loud because basically they're too loud because on a loud system they're going to be even louder. Speaking of Jeremy Olander, this definitely has a Jeremy Olander undertone for sure. Very well done. All right, everybody. I don't know if Joao is gonna submit a track. I'm gonna give him another minute here until 11. But Mika, am I saying that right? Mika, or is it Micah? Really cool track. I'm glad that we squeezed that in at the end. Yeah, really enjoyed that track. Is it? Yeah, he is a huge inspiration of mine too. Absolutely love Jeremy Lander's music. Um, oh boy. Whoops, that was a long stream. It is so hot in my studio. I had to close the window because it was bright out earlier. I had the fan off because it makes noise, and there's no air conditioning in Berlin, so I am sweaty as can be right now. But that was a good stream. I really enjoyed all the music on here. Thanks everybody so much for the support. Not hearing anything from Joao here, so I'm assuming he's not sending anything in. But as always, thanks everybody so much. Yeah, EQ those resonant frequencies, exactly. Just pull them down a little bit, because the resonant frequencies, when they're louder, they're very loud, especially with like single frequencies like that. When there's just a few, to hear them, you have to really turn them up, because because my wife's telling me to come watch the OC with her. Yeah, because when you have those sharp frequencies like that, if you add things like saturation onto them, you can hear them better without having to turn them up, because our ears will pick up on the harmonics. So for sounds like that, try to keep the tones down a little bit, like the sharp pitches, and then push up the harmonics so you can still hear it. Kuma, thank you for hanging out the whole time. Thanks to Steph for hanging out the whole time. Awesome tracks tonight. Lots of great music. And as always, I appreciate the support from everybody. If you're not already, if you're not already a patron, which I'm assuming a lot of you are, but if you're not already, you can sign up for Patreon, submit your tracks next month, and it's the best way that you can support me directly. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not already subscribed, because some of you probably aren't. And I'm really hoping to see everybody again next month with some new music, because it's super enjoyable listening to all this great music from everybody. Like, it is awesome hearing so much good music from everyone. Really love building this community with all of you as well. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see everybody next month. And I'll see everybody in the masterclass as well. Oh, Karen's still here. Thanks for hanging out this whole time too, Karen. Turin, Victor, thank you very much. Christmas, thank you. Good luck with the labels, Christmas. Oh, I'm just going to take these off because I'm so hot. Alrighty then. See you, Jimmy. Mason, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate you.